Now, I know I've spoken so much about setting healthy boundaries a lot in my channel, but what are the steps and the processes to set these healthy boundaries? Because you might say you have a boundary in place or you have boundaries in place, but are they actually healthy? And were the processes in setting these boundaries worth it? Was it something that you know can stand the test of time because of the foundations on what you built in order to set these boundaries? Now, in this video, I'll be sharing with you the processes to setting healthy and quality and top-notch boundaries that can stand the test of time. First process, the first from the ascending to descending order, is to identify your limits. What you need to do here is to identify your boundaries. What are your strengths? What are your non-negotiables? What are the things you cannot take in any case, no matter who the person is? It can be probably sharing your personal private belongings. It can be calling you certain names that you're not comfortable with. So in this particular phase, you would want to identify things that you're comfortable with and the things you are not comfortable with, your non-negotiables, in fact. So when you identify this, the next step is to communicate your boundaries clearly, directly, and assertively. Yes, so not just creating boundaries, that's the whole thing. It's about communicating it as well. So most people say they have healthy boundaries or they've set boundaries, but they're not able to communicate it, in the sense that when somebody tries to step on the boundaries unknowingly, they're not able to say, please, hey, I know you're trying to do this for some reason, but I don't like this thing. You are saying this in the most respectful and calm manner, yet you're still establishing that you don't like this, or you're not comfortable with this certain thing that this person is doing. So it can come in maybe your date, or maybe you are in a date with a person, a new person you're trying to figure out, and then the person is trying to cross the boundaries of asking you sensitive sexual questions like your body count and all those things. Even if you're trying to know the person and you want the person to see you in a very good light, even after the date, you should clearly state at that moment and that time, after the boundaries have been breached, you should clearly state that I don't like this question. I mean, I'm not comfortable enough to answer these questions. Can we change it to another topic? That is exactly what communicating your boundaries is. So when you want to communicate your boundaries, don't be afraid though. Don't be afraid. Even if the person sees it as you being so egoistic or just being so full of yourself, it should be like that, because you're trying to protect your space and your mental health from any kind of rubbish in the future. So what you should do is to clearly, assertively, directly, and plainly communicate your boundaries. Say it out. Open your mouth to say it out to people so that they will know what to do and what not to do while relating with you. The third is to set consequences for your boundaries. Anybody that wants to cross your boundary should know that this is a consequence that's attached to it. Now, if you're setting a consequence, don't make it to be something big like you have to kill the person. That is unacceptable and not allowed. You're not supposed to kill somebody, or you're not supposed to do great harm to the person. But what you should do is to set a reasonable boundary that actually signifies that yes, you are strict and you are standing on business in things that relate to you. So you have to set boundaries, like, let's say for instance, when you do this thing that I'm not comfortable with, we get separated, or you lose our friendship, or you don't even have this access of me all the time. Like, you don't have this personal privilege to get access to me anytime and anytime you want, like I would if you've not crossed the boundary. You set reasonable consequences that people get to know why you set those boundaries and why not to cross those boundaries. Because if they actually value your friendship, or if they actually value what you have to offer, they'll be scared enough to not cross that boundary. And the next tip is to practice with the word on the line. Practice assertive responses. Being assertive just means that you are clear and you are direct in communicating your thoughts and your actions and your feelings respectfully. To have an assertive response, you want to say things like this. So let's say for instance you have a burial ceremony to attend in the village, and your friend also has a birthday photo shoot that he wants you or she wants you to attend, just because of the fun of it. So because the burial ceremony is very important, maybe it's a close relative burial ceremony, and you cannot afford to miss this burial ceremony, you can easily tell your friend that, okay, because you want me to come for this, I can't come for this because of this reason, because of the ceremony I need to attend. So how about we reschedule? Even if I don't attend your birthday photo shoot, I can come back and attend any other events that you want me to attend, just because I need to be present at this ceremony. So that's you being assertive. You're not afraid of saying this because you don't want your friend to feel like you're a bad person, or you don't want to come off as not being available when the person needs you. You want to be available, but you have other important things to do. So you are communicating it and you are being assertive in saying it without any fear of favor that can come with it. So you're being clear, you're being straight, and you're being respectful at the same time. Last tip is to be consistent in it. Yes, you don't want to set boundaries and people already know that you have this boundary and you are doing up, you are doing down, you are fluctuating. People will just think that you're a joke and they will now still trample upon these boundaries because the last time they did, you let them go off it. And the next time they will do, they believe you also let them go off it. So you're taking for granted and your privileges are just, messed up because you're not consistent. So what you have to do is after you set these boundaries, be consistent in it. When you say this is the things they are not comfortable with, every time and anytime, it should be what you are not comfortable with. That is why the first point is to identify the things that you are comfortable with and you're not comfortable with. So you have to be very sure. You have to be very sure of your priorities and your values and the things that you would accommodate. Do you understand? So when you set these boundaries and you've gone through all these processes, you should be overly consistent in keeping it so that people don't take you for a joke. People don't think they are just here to do rubbish and you're just an open book that they can easily flip around. Do you understand? Yes, I know you understand. So that's it for today's video on how to set healthy boundaries. I believe you've gained one or two informations from this video. If so, please like the video, click on the subscribe button. It helps the algorithm to know that my channel is very useful to people and it keeps recommending my videos to other people. Leave your thoughts in the comment section on other ways that you can set healthy boundaries that people are not able to trample upon. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.